sheep. Along with the haka and hobbits, they're what people think about when they think about New Zealand. In the 1980s, there were 22 sheep for every person. And lamb and wool were the legends of our economy. In 2004, our national hero was a rebel sheep named Shrek, who simply refused to be shorn. But in the past decade, more and more sheep farmers have converted their land to forestry. And the global wool price has hit the carpet, meaning we're now down to a measly 5 sheep each. And now there's too much wool and not enough people buying it. This winter, a Wanganui farmer went viral when he offered to give his wool away for free.
I put up a little bit of a blurb about wool, the cost of shearing and what we're getting offered for our wool, and just demonstrating the huge losses we're making every shearing, where a big shearing might cost us $50,000 or $60,000, and the returns we're getting from our wool, I got offered 80 cents a kilo for a big main line of wool, which was going to result in $9,000 odd worth of income off a $65,000 bill. So it's not even going close to breaking even.
This factory in East Auckland is our last remaining commercial wool manufacturer, whipping up fabrics, homewares and apparel for 50 years. So what will it take for the industry to survive?
Well, let's ask the managing director of that factory, Interweave. Her name's Tracy March. Tracy, I love wool, but sell us. Why is wool such a special product?
Oh, let me count the ways. I mean, it's rapidly renewable, it's flame retardant, it retains its appearance really well, it doesn't go shiny like polyesters can do. And it's biodegradable, so if it goes into landfill, which, you know, a lot of products do that are upholstery, and, you know, the wool will actually biodegrade, whereas the man-made fibres won't. They just become, you know, junk in the landfill.
We've got this situation recently where the Ministry of Education has awarded a contract to a US company to use synthetic carpets in our schools instead of Kiwi wool. That just seems crazy to me. What's your take on it?
Look, it's really disappointing for me, but I can only imagine how disappointing it would be for the kids going to those schools whose parents are farmers, you know, and they're throwing their wool away or selling it for next to nothing. I don't really understand how this has happened. I think, you know, they might need to consider their sustainability policies. But it seems ridiculous when you've got such a wonderful local resource that it's not being utilised, especially when the wool industry is really suffering at the present time.
Some of the workers on the shop floor behind you there have been there for decades. Will it be easier to replace them when they eventually do have to leave?
No, not at all. I mean, we have to train people here. There's really no education system towards the technical processing of wool in this country. So we either have to import them, but we generally train on the floor. And yeah, I've worked with a lot of these people for 30 years, so, you know, they're hard to replace from an emotional point of view as well. You know, we're a big team here and we work like a family.
You know what you need to do? You need to get a TikTok. Make being in the wool industry sexy for the young ones, so that's what they're going to be banging down your door asking to be training with you.
TikTok is not sexy for me, but hey, I'll give it a go.
Good for you. In spite of the bad news that we're sort of talking about now, are you optimistic?
Yeah, there's a real groundswell towards natural fibres, and I think if people, you know, like to buy local or they can afford to buy local, you know, it's an expensive country to manufacture product in, but, you know, ask where it's made, ask what's in it, you know. It can be down to the individual as well to help move this industry forward.
Well, I hope you're right, Tracy. Thanks for joining us this evening.
You're welcome. Thanks again.
Yeah, it's been years in decline, hasn't it? And it's going to take a while to turn it around. But I think we need to do that, because I think we might look back at this moment with regret if we don't become the wool producer of the world.
100%. Yeah. We need to bring back wool. We need to launch a campaign. I don't understand it. My mum was all about, if you were going to go out in winter at any point, if you're not wearing your woolies, then there's no point going out there at all. There's nothing like it.
Tracy mentioned there that it's down to the individual. I'd go one step further. I'd say it's down to us girls course, that $500 winter coat is going to prop up an entire industry.
The gill math on the wool math. But, you know, they are asking for big ideas, and it's really complicated. You know, it's a global problem, it's a local problem, it's a macroeconomic, it's microeconomic, but I'm a solutions guy. And every Kiwi, all of us, everyone, if we all knitted and wore a David Bain style jersey, 5 million of those, and wool would be back, baby.
Well, I'm prepared to let the industry die if that's the cost.